Welcome back to another Chris Scrabble session, another great game of the week. One of my common opponents, dramatic, and we usually have some good ones, so this is one of them. All right, let's get rolling. So, interesting play, first thing on the board, and then here I have a blank and a reasonable distribution, and look at that, a 7-letter play to start things off. You always want to look for those suffixes, and then sometimes you just look into it and the right letter shows up and you see, oh yeah, I've got a 7-letter play, and it even goes to the triple word this time. So I'm off to a good start. Now, 2 S's over there, and it's just a play of the K onto the double letter, get 22 for that. And I see a place just to throw an F and get 23 points. Now, still the S's, a V and a Y. So love, that's not a bad play to get rid of a U and a V sometimes. And here I have an S, so I decide to get down from the double word and dump some vowels, oils. Okay, I'm still, safely ahead at this point. Now, what can they do? They've got 2 A's, 2 S's, and probably lots of good options. Yam, that's a really nice play, 25 points. And mine's not looking quite as good, and, I finally see something that actually works out better than I could have imagined at first blush. But look at this one. 23 points for kind of a bizarre one. AWA, awa, I don't know what it means exactly. But there are so many words that you can put an A as the first letter and third letter and then stick a consonant between. It's an interesting little set that you sometimes find useful, as in this case. Okay, now still the 2 S's, but not great letters, not a great distribution to get out there with anything very good, so 13 points for that. Now I'm having a decent set, but it's a little hard to see exactly what we can put on here. And so burn comes through, picks up a little extra off the KI extension, so 19 points. And still the S's and lots of vowels for them, just they're not getting very good draws. It's continuing to be a pretty good lead on my side. So lure, that dumps some vowels, 6 points only. And then when you play that awa like that with a triple letter right after it, most people would be looking for that Y. We see 1 Y is already on the board there, but here the Y lands on my tray. And now look what I can do. 50 points for unity, getting that Y on that triple letter with the double word, but also with the vertical word. So that is a lot. And it's a 130-point lead at this point. You might be thinking, how could I ever lose? I certainly was. Anyway, let's keep moving. They have pipes on there. I don't know, yeah, 8 to cover the triple word down there in the bottom. And here's some pretty reasonable letters, but can't really get very many points for them, probably. Alter for 15. Here we have poises. I don't know. Yeah, poi. Another, kind of a dump of vowels there. For 20 points, it's not too bad. And they're getting a little tiny bit closer. And now I think I get down over there, yeah. So 22 points, and seems like things are still going fairly well. Now, what can they do from here? And that's one way. Dump some vowels, and they got rid of one of the S's. Sometimes 2 S's just, that's not really useful. 1 S is enough to hang on to, I think. Okay, now got that Z and got a place to play it too. So things are still looking up at this point. 28 points, and it's still nearly a 140-point lead. Okay, now that's their set. Where are they going to go? Let's see. Oh, Doug, 27, pretty good points for just a couple letters on the board. And now, what is the next thing? And I kind of wonder if this was the best, but that's what I played. And it's still a reasonable lead at this point, but then let's see what happens next. Oxes, there, that's my first mistake. Comes, I guess maybe I wasn't thinking an S could go on the end of that, but you gotta be careful for that stuff. I know a T could, for sure, right? And sure enough, 46-point play. And now it's only an 80-point lead. Okay, now here's my next probable mistake, you could say. I've got a Q with a U, but I can't see a good place to play it. And what do I wind up doing? I wind up playing it, but not for any real points. I just get them off my tray for 16. And, you know, it looks like a big enough lead still, but we'll see that maybe that wasn't the best thing to do. So, cab over there for 31, and they inch closer. And now, what can I do? I've got some too few vowel issues over here, just the E. There's that X up there, and I can throw H up there. So that's 21 points. Still seems like a safe lead, but look what happens next. They find something they can throw down and put an S in the front of cab for scab. And I think dirties is what I would have done, but they did tidiers. And lo and behold, it's a 5-point lead only now. And lo and behold, that's my tray with no vowels, with nothing left in the bag. So I have to get out from here and try somehow not to let them catch me. And what do they have? 3 vowels. Oh man. But I think we're going to see I didn't actually pick the right choices here. So my first concern is what do I do with that J? Well, I don't see any place that it's going to go except right here for Jane. And guess what they see then? That's the place to throw their O for 28. And they're up by 12. Now, what is my play from here? And I think I know clearly what I should have done. I can throw that F over here, and I can even put the D there. And that's good points. But instead, I had seen this and thought, well, if this O hadn't covered this, I was going to put grade. That would have been all right. But as it is, I can play gayer. And that's 18. But not being careful, I've left this open for a big play on their side. So that put me up by 6, but then they get another 20-point play. And we're not having any more big point plays after this, so them being up by 14 is bad news from here. I see what my next option is with this is apparently only up here, fond, and that gets me within 1 point. And they've got 5 letters left, so I've still got hope. Maybe they're going to go out with some tiles on their tray, but they find a nice play here and get rid of almost all of it. Tent, and they get up by a total of 15, and all I can throw is this N over here for 4, as far as I can tell. And 4 points more for me, and it's a 7-point victory for them. Okay, well, you never know how many you need to be ahead by for it to be safe. And 140, wasn't it? Was not enough this time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you can maybe learn some lessons from it. I'll see you next time on the Chris Scrabble Sessions. I'd like to say a big thank you to isc.ro for hosting the games. Identities of all the players are hidden to protect the guilty. We do pledge to keep a clean language standard on this channel. If you'd like to challenge me, I'm out there at ISC with the nickname Cristobal. If you'd like me to review one of your games, drop me a line on ISC or at chriscrabble@gmail.com.